Okay, this is the Suck Boy Podcast, episode 1. I am your host, Chinny. No one knows who's gonna be here. And introduce yourself, guys.
Hello.
And he's gone like that. Oh wait, no. Oh, good to know I have an echo from my good friend Ches. However you pronounce it, Ches. Cheese.
Cheese.
Cheese. There's no e at the end, so I don't know how to...
Who cares about your
already we're
American
fucking up.
fucking...
Okay,
Canadian!
come on, guys.
Get
Come
it
on, guys.
right, buddy, okay?
Oh,
I'm bootleg
that's even
American.
worse. That's even worse.
I don't
Fucking-
even speak French and I live in Canada.
Fucking maple syrup slurping moose.
Okay, we're already fucking up.
Leave that for the North. Leave that for the North and the Quebecians, who no one likes. Listen, if there's one benefit to living in Canada, is that you get to trash on the Quebecians every shit.
I mean, let's face it, nobody likes the French, even in Europe.
Exactly!
France is awesome, except it's full of French people, so...
I once went there when I was like younger.
It's even worse when there's almost no immigrants in there, so double the negative points there.
Immigrants
I went there
are
to visit
like
my
the
aunt.
least of its problems, honestly.
I bought a hot dog and it came in a baguette and it was red and I was like, yeah, I'm not eating hot dogs ever again. It ruined hot dogs for me. I still don't eat hot dogs to this day.
Oh, that's fucking sad.
Yeah.
Okay, back on topic. We should...
Nah, we're not stop trashing on France, okay? Let me tell you, I got a problem with the French. They make everything sound janky, okay? Oh, look, a la crap. No, it's a crepe.
Yeah, I had
Say
to
like a
learn
sensible
fucking
person.
French in middle and high school, like, fuck that.
Yeah, I had to take
Literally
like grade
the
9.
Worst
that was
fucking
nice.
language.
My French teacher got mad at me because I tried to correct someone on how to say jar of pickles. And then another kid started singing a song like during the presentation period, and our teacher put him up in front and he kept singing. And she just sat back and watched him sing. It was an enlightening experience on how little people care about French in grade 9. It's beautiful.
Wow, what a way to start the first episode of this, the Trash Talk Press people. Okay.
First and last episode.
Yeah, we've been cancelled right from like minute 1.
Okay,
It was good happening.
back on
Show's
topic.
already over.
Okay,
We're looking forward to episode 2, 20 years from now. The
Okay.
reunion.
Star Wars episode 2.
For fuck's sakes.
Oh wait, stop recording then start again. We'll start episode 2 right now.
No.
Milk what
Yeah,
episodes
we gotta continue, we gotta continue.
Episode 1, part 2.
We didn't even introduce ourselves. You said, okay, let's introduce ourselves, and then the bot left and no one said anything.
You can see the fucking names, I think, if...
Well, no, it's a
Chinese-
podcast.
What are we
Like,
gonna
the
now?
podcast is gonna be like a
start-
screen of all of our names.
So what, are we gonna start cam-whoring now because it's a podcast and...
No, we're not
You
gonna
have to
camp
introduce
for.
yourself.
No, don't
We
worry.
gotta get
Just...
that ad revenue. We gotta get our names out there. Let the big leads find us. You know, like Dan Footman Schneider. He's a man.
That's...
I'd love to work.
Dan hold her tighter, she's a fighter, Schneider.
What the hell? Is this Echo? Is Echo's joke he turns into a small child? 'Cause if so, this is the most disgusting thing I've seen all day.
Okay,
I've looked in the
we
mirror.
should be back on topic by now.
What topic are we talking about?
Yeah, you
We're not
haven't
talking
even...
about
Yeah,
traffic.
okay, no, we're not. Our
Water
topic
under
is...
the bridge.
The
Wait, you admit we talked about traps for about an hour.
No, not that. Okay, we have this one. Is how we met each other. Not meet each other. More like why this group exists to begin with. This Discord server we're in right now.
Because,
Like I talked about the current Discord server.
Yeah.
Oh, I joined a while ago.
because, I don't know, we had to escape from an evil authoritarian rule by a gay Cuban or Mexican or whatever.
Immigrant.
Some
I'll just keep it at that.
immigrant, yeah,
Informal.
informal.
Informal. He is kind of. Is he an immigrant? He's probably legal, right?
Gas, yeah, gas is legal. Alright, so okay, we've done with how we met each other. Okay.
No, he
put out the
didn't.
topic.
We really didn't.
I mean, that's it. What do you want me
That's
to bring
literally
up the
how we
fucking
met.
bit?
We met each other through.
You gotta tell
through
a
a
life
Facebook
story.
group.
What life story?
There is no
Our
life
life
story.
I don't know. I'm a fucking Polish alcoholic. Okay, that's it. Moving on. Or do you want me to like get the fucking life story that Mabu fucking will?
Yeah, come on. Ted, tell me how your childhood was filled with strife and ruin. Tell me how one time you wanted to go to the mall and you had like $3, but the least expensive thing was like $3.20.
Oh, I have one. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, this was when I was like 11 or 12 years old. All right, and my family and I went to this mall. It's a very shitty mall. Right? There's already a red sign. There are a bunch of immigrants, mostly black people. And that's a bad sign.
Yeah, okay. Okay. It's good that you already get us demonetized.
Shit. Okay. All right. That's already a red sign. So, my little brother said he wants to take a piss. Okay, sure. I had to follow him because he was still young back then. He was only like 4 or 1. Okay, so he went to the bathroom, and he's a little shit. He was messing around in the bathroom stall, keeps opening these doors, and I told him to stop because there might be someone who's still in the bathroom stalls. And sadly, I was right, and it was awful. That guy didn't. He did not lock the door, the bathroom stall door. So the first thing I see after my little brother opened the door was an anus, a black man's African American anus.
No, you
bending
can
over.
say black men in that context. It just, you don't fucking say it's a red sun because there are black people there. That doesn't.
There are multicultural people.
Just say black people. Okay, I saw a black man's ass right in front of my eyes. And
Person of color.
I also see his black balls dangling right in front of my face too, because he was bending over. He was also buck ass naked. I don't know why.
Why was he bending over?
I don't know. He was also naked, and because of that, I was completely fucking shocked. And I asked my brother to slam the door and get the fuck out of there. That shit traumatized me to this day. That was awful.
And you still hate blacks.
That one was the reason why I hate blacks. Shit.
That's why you're into blacks.com, right?
No, I don't.
Well, telling, like, I don't know, I don't even think I got such a traumatizing story, honestly. Like, I don't really go to public stalls.
Story about mall nearby. It's like, it's just so full of bootlegs that it's a hard time finding something that isn't like a fake or a bootleg. Or just like off-brand stuff. And apparently, I've never actually been there myself because I don't leave my house enough to do that. All the like market, like the people the Asian old Chinese people who run the markets know what day like the cops come in and like raid them for using like copyright infringed stuff. So they all come in, but since they all know about the day, then they all just hide everything. And then one day the cops never find anything.
Oh, I got a similar one, but it was when I was in France for the first time in Paris. And basically, there was a lot of black people. Some of them even spoke Polish for some reason. And
that's an oddity.
Yeah, that was quite an oddity. And they were selling like these like obviously bootleg like keychains of like I don't know Eiffel Tower or something, and some other like I don't know either bootleg or stolen stuff. I won't admit that I bought anything from there. I mean, like a golden watch? Yeah, I might say it's probably. Of course, I did not buy it at all, right? For like, I don't know, 10 euros or something. Yeah, that was quite a bargain. And yeah, and basically, yeah, it was a similar situation to what you said. With
every time the cops come around, they're all prepared and they all just hide everything.
Yeah, but it was even better. Basically, there is we were like we went me and my class. Yeah, it was in middle school. We went to like this chapel or something, and what did you want to say? We went to this chapel, and there was like soldiers patrolling it, right? Like some guys in army uniforms, and they were patrolling around the chapel that was like on some sort of hill or something, and all these sellers were like on the stairs, on the staircase. And so every time these soldiers were turning around, these these fucking sellers just ran out grabbing their stuff, hiding it in bags or something, and came back when soldiers pretty much moved, and it was like 5-minute intervals.
That is decently impressive.
So it was pretty much a fucking IRL, I don't know, sitcom.
Wait, I gotta ask, why are there military men over there? I thought they'd be policemen.
I mean, maybe it was like some sort of a, I don't know, important chapel or something, some national hero, like some honorary guard station, stuff like that in Poland. So maybe that was it. But these were clearly like military uniforms.
Damn.
So I have no idea.
I remember getting severely injured by someone. I was like very young back then. I'm surprised I'm still alive actually. I was playing my neighbor's house, was fiddling someone's balloon. The guy, this is worse. This is a girl. This girl got very angry for some reason at me, but I don't know about it, so I just keep playing around. And she got so mad, she grabbed her dad's empty glass bottle and smashed my head in.
What?
Yeah, she grabbed an empty glass bottle and smashed my head with it. And I don't know how to react. So
you know what they say, don't stick your dick in crazy.
So what my first reaction was, I move around my hands, touch the top of my head, and I see blood, and I don't know how to react. Like my ears went completely silent. It's like I didn't hear anything after that. It's like I was almost dead.
That is. Yeah, I can't say I've ever experienced that.
So my parents panicked and basically tried to send me to an emergency hospital. The doctors pretty much did the best they could. They kind of like sewed my head back.
Stitched.
Yeah, stitched basically.
They sued my head. Yeah, it was a tough legal case, but I think we won.
Not that. God damn it. Shit. I should have used my words better.
You kind of set yourself up for that one.
Yeah.
So, but for some reason, I tried to tell my parents that it was the girl that smashed my head. But for some reason, my parents don't believe me. They thought that I was playing a balloon and it exploded on top of my head. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Now everyone knows the highest cause of is balloons. Actually, I had is the emphasis. He was a pretty tall guy. Damn tall. Yeah, I know, but it's grade 7 in Canada. Okay, like half of us are Asian in Ontario. I'm not, mind you, but like everyone I know is.
You are just like half Asian, like half of your body is.
Yeah, like, I know. I can still feel the happening right now. That's what we call the conversion. But he was walking down a hallway, and it was a party. So of course he had balloons, and there were improper safety regulations regarding said balloons. So next thing I know, my friend's head is missing, and I heard a pop, and I look over, balloons gone. All of them are gone, and my poor friend's head is just missing. It's like someone someone just like slapped someone else's head on top. It was weird. Weirdest thing I've ever experienced. Don't think I'll ever get to see it again. It was a wonder. Blew up the next day actually, due to failed safety regulations and not adhering to transgender acceptance laws.
School ballooning, yeah.
Holy shit!
Get of it.
Although speaking of race diversity in Canada, at least in Ontario, my elementary school had one black person. One. Everyone else, not in every grade, there was like one that I knew of. No one. Or either Asian or white. Even then, there were a lot of ghetto whites. Like.
In my I had a black guy. He's actually still a pretty decent friend of mine. So yeah, maybe like I don't know.
Yeah, well,
I don't actually know.
For me, I can say that there are a fair amount of blacks. There were a fair amount in my high school, but I can't say that they raised my opinion of their race.
I've never seen a single black person in my schools at all. which is weird because there were a lot of black immigrants in this country.
That's whack. Ontario and Vancouver are like, you want to like live in China 2.0, there's where you go.
Although
I thought that's Malaysia.
Although I don't think they're not really black immigrants, they're more like black students in some sort, university students. But my dad, for some reason, thinks that they pretend to be university students and just went there to sell drugs.
Okay, so how about we move from a topic away from a topic that's, I don't know, going to get us banned on the first fucking
potentially
episode.
racist.
The first
Just
episode.
potentially. I mean, we are all minorities, so I guess it kind of.
Well, I
Well,
guess
it's not.
where I am a minority. It's rough.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
a
kinda-
minority
kinda-
in my own country, so I don't know.
I came here first. I'm still a minority.
Okay, so
Remember, I'm pretty sure there's actually someone I knew back in. I have a lot of stories from high school. My high school was weird. Someone I knew who was like the whitest girl I've ever seen. Yeah, she was like, you know, actually my family's Aboriginal. And I like took a long look at her and I was like, that is about as Aboriginal as like poutine.
dang.
It was, and that was the peak of actually I'm 1/700th. Like,
Yeah, I was about to say, is it just like the?
I don't know. I've only visited America a couple times, but it's not. It seems very different in Canada, especially temperature-wise. Because, man, don't you just love -30? Fun.
Okay, Mr. Chinny, Mr. Our, I don't know, the
Host? Question mark.
Good
Yeah,
host,
host.
goddammit.
Give us-
Okay. Alright, have you ever regret buying something?
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. So many fucking things.
Tell me the one that you think it's more fun to talk about.
Oh Jesus, that would
Okay,
be
that was
a
like one
lot.
of the worst topics I've
One-
ever heard.
one-
Do you ever
one
regret
thing.
buying something? You guys ever have a dog you didn't like? How about that for a topic?
Yeah.
I,
I never had a dog.
I have one right now, actually.
Do you like him?
No, she's a fucking bitch, literally.
No, that's rough.
And I mean, she's honestly, like, I honestly think she has some kind of a autism or something.
Oh yeah, no, there's a small dog on my street that hates me. Like every time I like go by it, it barks. Like and actively tries to attack me. I
Oh.
know the owners.
Speaking
They're
of
decent
dogs
people.
chasing after you, I'm gonna tell you my experience about being chased by dogs. Okay.
But
This-
before that happens, can I just quick say something about the owners?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
One of the owners, I'm friends with the kids of the owners, and the one I'm friends with, his little brother, is so disabled that doctors don't actually know what disability he has. And it's not like, oh, he's just mild. Like, no, it's actually like, it's blatantly disabled, but they don't actually know what type.
How can you be so disabled? They can't even tell you are disabled.
That's fucked
What?
up.
Well, they know he's disabled, they
That's
just can't tell how. Like, they don't know what, like, disorder they actually have. It's crazy. Hey, that's life.
Well, okay, I'm gonna continue. Alright, so this is when I
Okay.
was like, again, 11 or 12. Man, this is like the shittiest year at the time. Okay, I was walking home from school because I lived in a flat at the time. It was kind of near from my school. So I usually walk, but this one is, I'm fucking pissed. Alright, there was this guy who was also walking with me. And this motherfucker, for some reason, he was singing something about red beans. He was screaming out loud with red beans. And what's the worst part is that there was this nearby area, not that far from school. There is some sort of junkyard. And you know, usually junkyards have dogs, right? Defending the place, preventing people from stealing stuff, right?
No, that was the only Malaysia.
I don't know.
Like what the? You need to even defend your fucking junkyard so people don't steal from them.
This guy defend your
What the fuck?
trash.
I don't know, but some asshole left the door, this big ass gate open, right? So the dogs are pretty much free to chase after you. They heard this asshole screaming red beans, and they were like they were alerted and triggered by that shit, and they were barking, literally chasing after us. So I didn't know what was going on. I saw that kid running away. I don't know what was going on. So I looked back and I heard 2 dogs running after me, barking. Adrenaline fucking hits up like on fucking skyrocketed in my bloodstream. I run way fucking fast. I don't know how fast was it. I managed to outrun the dogs, but my god, I saw those 2 dogs right both of my legs. I was afraid that they're gonna bite both of my legs and kill me right there.
Okay. What?
The reason why that happened was because that kid was fucking screaming something about red beans. And that triggered the dogs for some reason, and they chased after me instead.
Started screaming red beans, and you wouldn't have been chased.
I don't know.
You should scream.
Trust me,
You should be screaming white beans, and then they will like, I don't know, run out, trigger.
I don't know how am I supposed to react. I had to run. Those things were fucking scary at the time.
I mean, I don't blame you for running away from dogs. I'm just questioning everything fucking around it. How a guy singing, I don't know, is a fucking dog bait in Malaysia.
I don't know. I really don't know. They triggered the dogs for some reason when that guy was screaming.
Everyone knows dogs' worst enemy is a can of beans in the movie Cars 2.
Yeah. Am I a dog?
So how's your cat, Black?
Yeah, I do have one.
How old is it now?
10 years old?
10 years old. That's pretty old now.
Yeah, that's pretty old.
Yeah, I had to catch out to 18, and then you had to put it down.
Yeah.
It's always rough.
My cats, I have like.
Yeah, it's my
I got like 3 cats. 2 of them are kind of like almost the same age. They're like 2 years old now.
Well, the more you know.
The 3rd cat is pretty recent. He's like almost a year old. He's almost a year old, I think. And my god, they're annoying to take care of, especially the fat one, the fat ginger one. It's the most annoying. Imagine a cat that screams, that meows very loud, and very dramatic too at that.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I've heard that fat cats are terrible to take care of.
The problem was that we wanted to get him to get fit, but my dad for some reason insists that the cat should stay fat, all because he wanted to hug him, like a teddy bear or some sort.
That's what a great inspiration.
I don't know. It's a weird way to not get my cat.
Listen, my cat may die early, but he's good for hugs. Okay, cut me some slack.
that's why I tried to tell him that obesity in cats could probably kill him earlier, but he doesn't care. He wants something to hug.
That cat.
I mean, on the contrary, my cat just always when I'm sleeping, just always comes in, sits on my fucking face, and then I wake up with a sore face, full of fur, and a pain to the. But it's nice. I don't mind.
I was just in a voice call with a friend who's an absurdly fat cat, and these lines came like one after another. The first line was, "Dear God, I almost fingered my cat," followed by, "Why is my hand sticky?"
What the fuck?
Beautiful. Because he was scratching his cat's neck and the cat turned around. Oh, and then just like a minute later, "Why is my hand sticky?"
Grab him by a pussy.
I recently watched an action movie called Upgrade. That was pretty fun.
Oh, Upgrade. That was a nice movie. It had an interesting twist.
Yeah, the camera work was really great for the point they were trying to get across.
So fucking good.
It was really...
What was
Not to mention the action scenes and the actual twist at the end being actually unexpected.
Okay, Black. Upgrade is like Venom, but better, basically.
I haven't seen Venom, so I don't know.
Essentially, the concept of Upgrade is a man becomes paraplegic after a car accident where his wife is murdered. And his friend at a tech company
basically gave him a
wife
chip.
Was associated with offers him a chip that will give him control of his limbs again and just kind of the ability to function. And what ends up happening is he uses this power to hunt down the people who killed his wife And are you ever gonna watch it? If so, if not, I'll spoil it.
Don't spoil it.
No, I'm not.
Okay, then I won't spoil it. But it just kind of follows him working, like, hunting down the people who killed his wife. There's good twists, and the chip is actually sentient, so it works with him. It's definitely a good one.
Although Venom is the opposite of that. I watched that movie. It's so bad. It's fucking hilarious. Like, I don't know how... Why would they even think of making this movie?
I had hopes for Venom, but...
Why would you have hopes for that movie?
Well, no. I had hopes for the concept of the movie, because I like Venom as a character, but put him into a movie is never a good idea.
Making him solo in the first place was bad. I mean, he needed Spider-Man to begin with for him
Like,
to
he
work.
works good as, like, a decent anti-hero, but he works good as an anti-hero with Spider-Man. Like, he's built off Spider-Man, so having him in, like, a separate role as Spider-Man, because he's based off of Spider-Man. He's like a clone of Spider-Man. So if you take away, like, his, then why is he, like, shaped like that? You don't really know.
Okay, so so now what's the difference between Venom and Carnage? Because I have no fucking clue.
I believe
Carnage is the son of Venom. Carnage is the son of Venom. For some reason.
I thought it was brothers, actually.
No,
so
they're not
Carnage
brothers.
has the ability to live, like, isolated, right? Like, doesn't have to have a host?
No, it needs to have a host, which is weird.
Okay.
Okay, apparently Carnage is like an offspring of Venom. That's pretty much what you need to know. But
Wait, so think of as of the symbiote or?
yes, offspring of the symbiote. Yes, it's very convoluted. What do you expect from comic books?
I mean, it's not. I mean, I only know comic books. I mean, not comic books. A Raimi movie.
Sam Raimi was a genius, man.
Really ahead of his time.
People just don't understand, you know?
They
It's
don't
like
understand.
that one
His
movie
vision.
with Will Smith.
Which movie with Will Smith? All Will Smith movies from the last, I don't know, 10 years are pretty.
Yeah, exactly. A super time. It was a genius move.
Yeah.
I think they should have actually gone, like, fully committed and but alas.
I mean, I don't really think like all the Holocaust jokes that Raimi does would fly in current year. You know?
Well, that's just what makes it so much better. It's the fact that it's diverse. It's the fact it's new and polarizing.
To me, Sam Raimi did these movies at the perfect time, because if he directs these movies after that, he's not gonna get successful. He was very lucky.
I mean, it's not really that he was really very lucky. Spider-Man was the first big superhero movie. Literally, it all started the fucking genre.
More like it kind of
like
more
there
like
was
it
no
jump started.
big budget. There was no big budget superhero movie before that, except for like I don't know.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Blade,
Well, yeah, but Blade isn't really like, you know, your friendly PG-13 superhero movie, right?
For that
It's
genre,
not-
yes, it's
Blade
definitely
is an anti-hero, dude. He's a fucking vampire.
He's still a superhero.
I wouldn't call Blade an anti-hero, honestly. Like, he is pretty, like, I guess the good side?
Yeah, I would say he's more like a chaotic good.
Yeah.
Anti-hero.
Let's
Like-
discuss the fact about how the fuck did Black Panther won. No, not won.
Yeah, no,
nominated for
It's
Best
a-
Picture. Like, I don't know how.
No, it did win.
It didn't win. It didn't win. The
think.
awards haven't
Wait,
started.
Also,
we
the
com-
fact that best cinematography was not actually at the, it's not actually, the award was not happening anymore.
But really, they canceled that? They removed that category?
You know, like the main part of movies is cinematography, and they're like, nah, not
Why the
happy.
fuck
We gotta
did they
give
remove
Marvel
that? That's
more wins.
That's an important element to cinema, and they removed that from the awards.
Yep.
How retarded are they?
I mean, honestly, like, I don't really expect much from the heavily politicized, quote-unquote, elite. Black Panther made it so high because it was heavily politicized.
It was very politicized, like overhyped as fuck.
I mean, it was shit like, I don't know, like black rappers buying tickets for the whole fucking classes to go of black kids to go see that
Yeah.
movie because it's like
There
a
was,
second
I'm
fucking
pretty sure there was a
coming of.
thing to do it, like, my old school, someone I talked to mentioned it, doing, like, a Black Panther thing there.
Yeah, like it was not not overhyped. It was just a fucking political job. Like if you don't watch it, you are a racist.
Oh no, but white people couldn't watch it. Remember? No, it's a black man's.
No, I mean I did not really see that angle. I did see the, you know.
It's very politicized, mainly because they were using race politics to promote this movie.
It worked.
It really worked, but somehow it didn't work for Ghostbusters using gender politics.
Oh, I mean, Ghostbusters was just bad.
I mean, there's a difference. There's a difference because Ghostbusters was a.
Yeah, my bad. As he was about to discuss about Ghostbusters, the reboot, the audio suddenly got cut off. So, my apologies about that. I guess we could continue on with the rest of the podcast, for fuck's sakes. Hey, god damn it, the audio keeps cutting off. That's not good.
That's why maybe you shouldn't be the one hosting $200 laptop from Malaysian Walmart.
No, it's the fucking internet. So, what? The voice chat. It's using which server? EU servers, right?
Is it?
I don't know. I'm hearing everything pretty good, and I'm in Canada, so.
Check. I'm in
So
Asia.
it's all on you.
Man, I love these couple periods of just
That
raw
server region
silence.
is in Central Europe.
Yeah, but Canada doesn't have problems.
Maybe because my country has shitty internet. I mean, I'm not. It's not even.
Yeah, I mean Canada. Okay, compared to America, we actually have really good internet.
Yeah, same in Poland actually. Like we have 100 by 104 that comes with television. We have it for like $20 a month, $30 a month.
I think okay, so for my area, the way it works is either you get like really good internet for a bit overpriced and occasionally crashes, or like really fair price with decent internet and a lot more reliability. And I'm pretty sure there's a third one that's coming up, but we've got unlimited, baby. Whoa. It's called living with your parents. Especially in suburbs, it's beautiful.
Speaking of suburbs, could you describe what the hell does it look like? Is it?
It's just kind of like the houses are pretty close together, but it's casual housing. It's not like apartment buildings are everywhere. Roads are connected. There's like a lot of things nearby. Like there are like 5 convenience stores I could go to within like a 10-minute walk.
Oh man, mine is
hospital's
so
down the road.
isolated. I had to use a fucking motorcycle to get to like the nearest like supermarket of some sort.
Yeah, no. There's like a Loblaws is probably like a 20-minute walk away at most. There's a big mall, another 20 minutes walk. A couple schools nearby. I think pretty sure there's like 4 schools in this area. One of them's Catholic, one of them sports, and the other one an art school, and finally a filler school, which is the one I went to. And honestly, okay, elementary schools here are terrible, but the high school system's actually decently nice. Like my music program for the school I went to was amazing. We had like 4 double basses. I think our grade 11 band, which was when the last time I did it, it's a grade 11-12 split, had around 150 people. Yeah, and we went to we actually won medals and went to like actual events at colleges. Like there's a thing called OBA, called Ontario Band Association. It's a festival where you get graded, and it's all official and like really like competitive. And we went there every year, and almost every year we won.
Nice.
Nice.
Of course, it also came with the fact that you'd have to wake up at like 6 every Thursday morning, and then go home at like 6 every Tuesday afternoon. But it wasn't too bad. I made a lot of friends there.
Has your neighborhood ever had robberies of some sort? Any experiences on that? No? Oh.
No. Although, fun fact, my neighborhood right now is suffering from a massive jump in price, so I am living nowhere near my parents. My parents bought this for I think around $400,000. The house I'm in right now. My grandparents bought theirs for around $200,000, and right now it's probably worth close to $1 million.
Holy
for
shit.
ours. And my grandparents parents, I think, is worth about 1.5.
Damn, inflation really fucked you guys over.
Well, yeah, no, we have because the place where I live really started developing, so we've got like a ton of stuff nearby. Like I said, I'm literally like a 10-minute walk from the hospital.
Well, also you gotta remember it's Canadian dollars, so it's not really not normal human.
So technically, you could buy it for like $1.50.
Yeah. Adjusted to current Canadian dollar.
But yeah, no, we've got. I'm telling you, our elementary schools were terrible. Back in grade 8, I got like nothing marked. It was amazing because the teacher I had was moving on, so I literally wrote a project for my English class in Wingdings, had a translation sheet, and then the day before I was like, yeah, sorry, this ain't happening. I'm just gonna wing it, and my teacher did not care. He was like, okay, yeah, I got it. So I went up there. I told the kid, hey, yo, when I throw my papers, slide me that chair. Threw my papers up, slid me the chair, just put my hands. I'll show you how to do a real presentation. Marker out, black like whiteboard behind me, and I just went on like a massive rant, just like drawing on the board like an idiot. It was beautiful. And then I just left, and class didn't do anything for the next 15 minutes because they were just so confused as to why some asshat just got up on the board and started drawing like an idiot.
Oh boy, well, school stories, eh?
School stories.
So I got a fair amount of them.
I have a pretty decent one. This is like top tier fucking Polish mentality on our. Basically, I was in we were in the 2nd grade with Lynx, and there was like this guy that came. Basically, he came to high school drunk, yeah. Nothing out of the ordinary because
nothing out of the ordinary. Wow.
Yeah, not kidding. And basically, he started hitting on this girl, right? As everybody knew, like she would turn him down, and she did. So he was drunk, or maybe also high. I don't know. It's pretty possible due to what he was about to do. Basically, in his really fucked up, weird mentality, he decided she doesn't like me because it must be because of my penis, because it's uncircumcised. Not joking. Not joking.
Well, Polish
So
Catholicism.
what he did was he somehow got a razor and he decided to circumcise himself on the spot.
Oh my god.
The god.
Yeah. Yeah. So he ended up with an ambulance, and that was pretty much what we ever heard of him. Except me, I once met him on a subway station, and I was just laughing my head. He just walked away in shame.
Man, I never had bizarre school stories. It's just so normal.
Oh, I tried to circumcise myself.
I never had any bizarre school stories really. Mostly it's just typical Malaysian attitude. People love to fight each other, like because they're gangsters and all that. It's kind of common for some reason.
Yeah, I was about to say, how are your schools normal if you have fucking gang?
I don't know. I find it normal to be. They had gangs in schools. Well, not the ones I used to, not the ones that I transferred in. I'm talking about my previous high school that I went. For some reason, and it's also, that school I went, it's pretty well known or infamous for having a lot of gangsters. It's kind of, for some reason, it's kind of normal, I guess. I don't know. And these people have like very specific territories around the school, and if you trespass these things, you could get fucked. Not literally get fucked. I mean, like they beat you up or threaten to beat the shit out of you. And
wait, you have no-go zones in your schools?
Yes, gangsters have no-go zones around here. I don't know why.
I mean, I have a couple stories from my high school because I was an idiot, but all of them are like decently tame compared to gangsters in school.
Oh, they were even worse when they go outside because for some reason they had this mentality that if they do gangster activities outside of school, they won't get disciplinary action from teachers. So I don't know. They had territories outside of school, like in under apartments or outside the school gate.
Grove Street.
Yeah, it's like fucking Grove Street. It's fucking weird. And being completely oblivious to my surroundings because I never really cared. I'm surprised I was not murdered by a bunch of gangs because there were a lot of no-go zones around the area.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez,
that sounds Malaysian as.
There's also
the
like
closest thing I've got to that was a cat fingering friend. Knew some kid in elementary who like constantly had a water bottle full of like cranberry juice and vodka, along with having a ton of drugs in his bag 24/7. So he had that experience to the point where he got drug searched because he was associated with that guy.
Also,
apparently it's hilarious.
I think this is also common in Malaysian schools. There was in a Chinese school, a Chinese elementary school I was in, there were known cases of Chinese kids climbing on grates and ledges for some reason and act like monkeys. I don't know why they do this.
They gotta blend in with the natives.
Wait, considering your age, maybe Assassin's Creed was popular back then.
No.
No, but Assassin's Creed, you don't act like a monkey.
No.
You climb ledges. That's
yeah,
the same shit.
they climb ledges, but I don't think they discuss much about Assassin's Creed.
I mean, can you understand their fucking
Yeah, I do, but they don't talk
language?
much. They don't really talk much
Actually
about Assassin's
speaks.
Creed. And considering that
silent Asians, but they are just weebs. Okay, never mind.
But since they're Chinese, they're also basketball fanatics. I don't know. It's like a stereotype. What? I'm not kidding. For some reason, this is also common in high school in Malaysia. Their specific races are stereotyped depending on what sport they often play. The Chinese, they always play basketball. And the Malays, they play football all day, often. That's it. That's the only sport they're good at. And the Indians, for some reason, they play badminton.
What?
They segregate themselves. This is very common in Malaysia.
But why badminton?
I don't know.
What's the
The guys just gotta play badminton. Let him play.
I mean,
the man play the game.
Malaysia is only well known internationally, apart from the two fucking planes, was the badminton player who used to be number one badminton player in the world. He's also Malaysian.
Huh.
And what's sad about it is that because he's way too damn good, to the fact that there've been debates of if there's any good replacement if he retires, because this fucker could not retire. Why? There is no decent replacement for him. I feel bad for the guy.
We actually had a similar case in ski jumping. We had this guy, Adam Małysz, and he was just a madman. There was a term coined, Małyszomania. Everyone was a fucking ski jumping fanatic back then. Literally everyone. Because it was, like your classic David and Goliath story. Like, he was just beating everyone, like Norwegians, Swiss, Czechs, Japs, everyone.
And he was so good that there's no decent replacement?
Honestly, yeah, like his efforts, should I say maybe, created the whole fucking generation of, ski jumpers. Like there are replacements now, but back when he was like god tier, there wasn't, and he only stopped because crash.
My badminton player, he retired for a short period. I think I might be wrong because he was married, but he has to come back because there's no decent replacement for him, and he has to keep that reputation. Imagine that, the amount of stress he has to take to keep his reputation as the number one badminton player in the whole world. I feel bad for him. And Malaysian high schools, gangs. There's also race specific gangs for some reason, and they have rivals. They rival each other at one point. I remember I saw one gang fight in my time. I only seen once. It's kind of rare, but they're very lethal. Like during recess, there was this event. It was just because an Indian was pissed at a Malay. So when that happened, and then like a huge group of Malaysian Indians were grouping at each other, were beating the shit out of each other, and this was during high school, inside school, in recess, and that was fucking brutal.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds.
The teachers had to come in and stop the whole fight because it's only getting worse, really.
I mean, honestly, for like me, I wish I was living in such a school. Like that sounds kick-ass, honestly. Fucking bad.
Oh man, nothing's more badass than getting gutted by gangs every 3 steps.
What do you mean got it? You got them. You are talking about Polish people. Hello. We don't lose unless on purpose, like 39.
You guys have like gangs in schools before, like in Polish schools?
No.
Oh, so this is a Malaysian thing then?
Yeah? Why do you think we
No,
are so...
I could definitely say living in Canada, I have not experienced a gang in my school.
Oh, we had a lot of gangs in schools. God damn.
Oh, who'd we lose? Oh, it's just us 3 boys.
He went to sleep. I mean, it's like almost 4 a.m. where I live.
Like it's 2:44 p.m. where I.
It's 8 p.m. here.
Well, this is what you get for being in a different time zone.
Yeah, we are the most racially diverse minority hate group.
White, and white. At least I'm assuming. Oh wait, no, I guess Malaysian isn't really that white.
We're not really white.
Not that white.
We're not really white.
I don't know. For me, you are both Asian, so.
I'd like to say I'm a purity. I have like 2 white friends. I mock that. I am mostly Aryan, mainly just simply because my hair is very dirty blonde.
Wait, are you
Blue eyes,
Asian?
white skin, baby.
What?
Asian.
Like Western Europe.
Okay, you right winger.
You don't know what it's like to live in Canada, and you go to a family reunion, and everyone is like, "Oh, that idiot down south." You're like, well, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, that's kind of typical
Everyone.
within
It's like-
families.
I went to my so my last name's Storstronic because my last names were just my mom and my dad smushed together. So I went to the Stronic side. I went to the Christmas party. I wasn't there last year. It was nice. And then I'm sitting down. We're talking about music with all the elder Stronics. And we're talking. And then we just get around to someone brings up politics, and I'm just like, this is gonna be good, and this is gonna be real fun. And I tried very hard, and eventually it paid off, and I did divert us back to music. And then I brought my Switch downstairs and beat everyone.
Yikes.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm telling you, like 7-man Smash is some of the most fun you can have in a year.
I prefer drinking, but okay.
I have a drink. Yeah, no, I don't drink.
You know, I always wonder, why do people smoke?
People smoke for the aesthetic, and then eventually for the addiction.
Yep, exactly.
Literally, I guess exactly.
I mean, I'm talking from experience.
Ooh, spicy.
Has your country ever tried to ban smoking?
Well, they tried, they didn't do a very good job though.
Yeah, no, over here we just have a ton of smoke-free zones.
I mean, we have some in public places like schools, which no one really
We have vape-free zones.
enforced.
Free zones?
I mean, vapes are considered cigarettes in EUs, I believe so.
You don't know how many times kids trying to hide their vape by vaping into their shirts, and it woo!
Oh my
I
god.
did the same.
Oh, those were the good days. And then the fact that, like, it's oddly enough, a lot of people would leave to go to the bathroom and then come back with their face looking like they just walked outside and were really cold. It really makes you think.
I don't know, it didn't work like that for me. But...
No, that's what happened. It'd just be like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Then, like, 20 minutes later, they come back and they look like they've been outside for, like, the entire time.
Oh, that happens very often, where students in my schools, they usually hide secrets in bathrooms. It's kind of is that common in your schools?
I don't go to the bathrooms in my school. I just hold out until the end. I'm not going in there. That's disgusting.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I think all of us do that, right? We hold ourselves and go.
Yeah,
home.
no, just if you gotta go, go at
Yeah.
home. That's the rule.
Virgin scared of bathrooms versus child shitting on the principal's office.
Speaking of disobedient students, did any of you guys take like an auto shop course in your high school?
Nope.
Oh,
Yeah, because I have that course in my school. Because my school has like tech branches, like drafting or
Oh,
had.
we don't
Oh,
have
no,
that
it still,
in
it
Malaysia.
still does. My,
wait,
my
auto
school.
shop? You mean auto debt?
No, like auto shop, like working on cars.
Oh, no. I was.
So-
I mean, in my high school, I was mathematician, physician, and
Ah.
I hate both of these.
What?
Because I did not hate them back then, and I'm still pretty good at them. I hate that fucking shit.
No, but okay, auto shop in my high school was a really easy course. I got like 90s every time. The teacher stopped listening like halfway through and just gave me an 100. It was literally free marks.
Wait,
I
in
feel bad
schools,
for the guy.
schools in the West, they have courses in high school? Even in high school? That's weird.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah. I like grade 12. I took full.
because in
You,
my,
like you
in,
can choose what you take. Okay, like grade 9 you have like 2 optional. Grade 10 you have I think 3 to 4, and then grade 11 all that's mandatory are math and English, and then you have to take 6 more courses, and then grade 12 you can take 6 courses and you can just slide in a spare if you're taking
holy
music.
shit, you can actually pick. But for me in high school, we had to learn everything.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah, no. Grade 12 the only mandatory course was English.
For me, what's mandatory is obviously BM, my country's national language, and for some reason, history. History is mandatory, for some reason.
History was mandatory grade 10, but that's because you went geography, history, and then those were just for credits.
For us,
'Cause we have a
it's
credit.
mandatory.
That sounds
It's mandatory for everything, from Form 1 until Form 5. I don't know.
Oh, we had a co-op program in our school. Do you know what co-op programs are?
No.
Okay, so you had 2 options for co-op. It was either 2 credit or 4 credit co-op. So you know how I mentioned how there were tech courses?
Uh-huh.
Co-op is on site. You literally go to the workplace and work and get hours for apprenticeship.
What the fuck?
It was like I had a friend who did it for like 4 hours every day instead of actually doing like their courses, because that was their thing. They didn't get. Sometimes you could get paid for them, but you take that and you just have like free hours for your apprenticeship.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and also you could pair with a program called SHSM, where you get free field trips and like certificates. Like, program you get like you can go and do a course on first aid for free. They had a ton of like field trips and like certificates. I went on one to a college one time, despite the fact I wasn't in co-op. It was great.
For me, in high school, Malaysian high schools, and when you reach Form 4, it's the age of 16, you had to pick either of 2 streams, art stream or science stream. Science stream, you learn everything science related, like physics, biology, and chemistry. You have to learn all 3 of it. You can't pick. It's mandatory for some reason. While art stream,
That's rough.
you don't learn the science stuff, but learn everything else.
Oh, here you wanna know what my school is like, or was like? It's been too long since I've talked about my schools. So the way, like I said, it's a credit system. You can choose anything. So you could have like music, art, animation, physics, and chemistry.
Motherfucker.
Oh, grade 12 year. English. But it was like
Well,
English.
it works much differently, honestly. Like when you go to when you go to middle school, like only elementary is basics of everything, hence the name. In Poland, it's completely fucking different. Like we, since middle school, you basically can choose which profile you are assigned to, being be it a, I don't know, sports profile or maths profile, geography, biology, English, whatever.
You motherfuckers
and-
can pick in middle school? I have to wait till high school, and we only had 2!
Oh, I didn't even go to middle school. I just had elementary to grade 8. Like,
Yeah,
JK
well,
to grade
well, basically, well, yeah, they are removing middle schools here as well. But basically, and in high school, so you could like, I don't know, it's kind of like a college major, I guess, where you know have to learn many subjects at first, then you just kind of specialize in something. So it was kind of the same case in my high school. It's like you don't really, and you have to specialize in that shit. So like when, let's say if you pick a Polish language class, like a journalist, you have,
Hello?
Are you speaking right now? Because if so, you got cut off.
He got cut off real quick.
oh shit,
It's rough.
fucking leak client. Anyway, where was I? Oh, when you pick a Polish language, for example, as your major, you have like 10 hours of it, each week. But if you take, let's say, maths and physics, like I did, well, with computers on the side, we had like 5 or 6, of Polish a week. So it's kind of like you could technically. But there is a purpose to that shit. Basically, at the end of high school, we have these exit exams. We call them matura, major and stuff. And basically, you. Depending on the score on your matura, you apply to universities. So it's not like you could just skip your a few subjects and stuff, so that you skip a few subjects so that I don't want to go to college. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna have less time in high school. No, you actually have to go sit through all that to then apply to colleges. And that's a pain, because if you made a wrong choice in some cases middle school, you are fucked, basically.
That sounds bad.
It is bad.
At least
Which
you
is
had a
why
choice.
No, we had a
Second.
ton of freedom back in my high school.
At least you
'Cause it
guys
was
had
like-
choice. Me, I don't. My schools, I don't. I had to study all of it. That's bullshit.
Here, my grade 12. English, philosophy, personal fitness. I remember my last one. I forget my last one, but then I had a spare. So I had 5 courses in grade 12. That's it.
That's nice.
No, also, just to clarify, personal fitness, it's literally just you working out. That's your course. It's amazing.
Sounds like my physics lessons, actually, where we were like, well, I don't want to exercise today. Okay, sure, you can go play ping pong or whatever.
Yeah, no, our phys ed is categorized into like 3 things, where it's like mixed team sports, male and female team sports. There's 2 different courses, and then personal fitness. That's how it went. It was pretty solid.
That's nice.
What you
Yeah,
guys
no,
call
we
them?
have a ton of choice.
Physics? Wait, what's it called? What you guys call that?
Phys ed.
Oh, phys ed.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
we
it's-
call it like physical education. So.
Yeah, but for us we call it PJ. I don't know why.
Also, best part about the music program is if you take it, the band course is considered separately since you have to stay after school and come early on some days. You would get a credit for just showing up to band. It was...
That's nice. I wish we had
Then-
something like.
Everyone else was like, man, I can't do this scale. It's C sharp. I gotta keep mixing it up. Whereas on the double bass, it's like, oh, C sharp, move up 1 fret and you're good.
Yeah,
Easy.
I wish I had band in my high school, actually, or middle school. Maybe I could put my Yamaha to use.
Yeah, my school,
Also,
my
best
middle
part
school
about
had
it
band,
is
but
since
for
they're-
some reason in high school they ditched that. They don't implement band in high school, but they did that in middle school. I don't know why.
From my experience, it varies. My friends, like middle school, for example, had a band, and my middle school did not. Maybe because it was actually middle school tied with high school. But still, like it sucked really. Like there are kids who who have ambitions, who have talents. No, fuck that shit.
Yeah,
That
no, for me, it
sucks.
was, yeah. Since we had like 150 people in the band and 1 conductor, the people I referred to as a triple basis since there were 3 of us. We barely had to actually do anything because we'd be like, okay, trumpets of 30, like 25 trumpets. Okay, you all play this section, stand up. Your trombones, you do this time. When the trumpets do this, no, you delay for that. And then we would just be sitting back like, hey, that's nice weather we've been having, huh? It was amazing.
150? Did I hear that right?
Yes. And everyone had their own instrument. It wasn't like, oh, you have to like bring your own because we're running out of instruments. No, we had like 7 tubas.
Wait, how many classes per year did you have in that school? Like, I'm talking like...
we're semestered and we have, I believe...
I mean, not
like
I
music
don't mean
classes? Well,
no,
okay,
I just mean classes as a whole. How many fucking people?
How many people do we have a year come to our school?
I mean, I'm talking like, you know, I don't know if it's the case. I think it's the case in Canada, but we had like, when we had like, you know, 3rd year high school, we had 3A class, 3B, 3C, 3D, etc., etc. So how many, for example, was in your...
3A, 3B, like different types of courses. For music, we only had 1 course. It was like...
I don't mean the course, I mean like, okay, so it's completely different overseas, but...
It's completely different.
Yeah, no, because like our courses are just like semester systems, so it's like you take these courses this year and this course this year. Here's your schedule, here's your teachers, here's your rooms.
I was basically asking about if there's 150 people in the band in your middle school, I believe you said. How many people?
High school.
Okay, so high school. How many people were in that fucking high school? If let's say 10% of people play any instrument.
I think we were either 1,000 to 3,000.
Jesus fuck.
That's a whole
It was a
lot
big
of
school.
fucking people.
Like, I mean, that's probably not a lot.
2? That's big? 2 floors? I had a 4 fucking floor high school and we had 600-700 people.
Yeah, no, we had like a...
You people are fucking China levels of overpopulation, jeez.
Well, no, it's not like it's like a tight cramp. Okay, the thing we had to do was our lunch period. We never had a set lunch period. Okay, that sounds really weird. Okay, no, the way I mean by that is we had a round 5 system, and your lunch could be any one of those 5 periods. It's on semester. So I believe the most recent one I had was period 5.
You mean your lunch starts at random times? Random intervals?
No. What I mean is, so it's a constant timetable. The timetable's constant, period 1 through 5. Your lunch could be any one of those periods, and it changes every semester.
What the fuck?
Because you get a new schedule every semester. So there's no common lunch.
For me,
Like,
it's
all
like...
the grade 9s would have
consist-
period 3 lunch, and then it mix. I had period 2 lunch throughout grade 10, and then grade 11, I had period 2 again, followed by period 5. Then I had period 4, and then period 5.
My God, your
So
lunches is inconsistent. At least mine was like consistent.
Well, yeah, no, because it's every semester. It doesn't change every day. It's because your schedule completely changes every semester. So, your first semester you have these courses and your lunch is on this period. Then the next semester you have these courses and your lunch is on this period.
You know what? This sounds fucking dystopian as fuck for me, because in my high school we just had like, you know, these breaks every 45 minutes or so.
Oh no, but here's the best part about having the lunch periods be the same as a period. You had a 75 minute lunch.
75 minutes?
Yeah.
That
75.
long?
Yeah, 75.
Yo, I only have 20 minutes.
Well, no, that's because it's a period. Your period is a lunch. So other people will be working at the same time you have your lunch.
I mean, that still sounds stupid, honestly. We just had lessons, and in between, like, do whatever you want. Have lunch, go take a shit, whatever.
Yeah,
If you had like period 1 or 5 lunch, you could just leave early or come home.
Sounds dystopian as fuck, honestly.
Sounds like his schools had way too much freedom.
No, I'd say the opposite actually. Like, they are regulated. Like, you have this period, and let's say if you have courses after this, you are fucked. You have to stay. You can't even go home and shit. Like, this sounds honestly.
Well, it's 75 minutes, so you could, like, if you live close enough, you could just walk home, eat lunch at home, and then come back and still have time to work.
Fuck that, dude. I spent 20 minutes to try to find a way out of my school, and I don't know, leave.
Just trying to leave your school took you 20 minutes.
I
No,
mean,
it's
okay,
because
that was an example, but actually, yeah, in my high school we had this fucking we called her a gatekeeper, and
Oh yeah, no, we
basically
don't have any.
she kept like the door was automated, you know, it opened with a magnet that she had that this gatekeeper had in the button under her desk in front of the entrance. So actually getting out of the school without, you know, lessons or clearly made lies or I don't know, a faked you know, leave notice from your parents could prove sometimes quite a challenge. And I'm talking climbing a fucking rooftop challenge of a 4-story building.
Oh yeah, no, that for me it was because if you're on your lunch period, you can just leave. You could just gone. Oh, I period to lunch. Oh, time to go home. Just went home and ate lunch. Came back.
Oh, I found the pictures of my high school.
I never really attempt to escape school
Yeah,
during recess period. I don't do that. Usually, I just like pretend to be sick before going to school.
Oh, I did that fucking all the time, and everybody did. But I actually went an extra mile and actually went out of the window on the right.
What the fuck? You jump out of the window during recess period?
Well, not really jump out of the window. I mean, I exited that window, went all the way around to the cutoff. You can see it in the picture. With a gym hall, and they like climbed down to the on the gym hall. Then it was like only 2 stories left. Then I just found a clever way to escape.
What the fuck?
Here, I'll pull up a picture of mine. Hold on.
I will take a picture.
Speaking of escaping schools, do you guys have like fences where they had barbed wires?
Dude, what is with this guards and barb?
You guys have
Like
barbed
we had a
wires?
police officer who. No.
You don't? What about you, Black? Do you have? Does your school, your high school, do they have barbed wires?
No. What school has barbed wires?
My fucking high school.
You lived in like insane land. Like I posted what my high school looks like in the chat.
I don't have pictures of my high school. I'm too lazy to search
hell?
one. But the one I went before I transferred to a new high school. This high school is fucking weird. It's kind of hardcore, I guess, because there were a lot of cases of students like ditching school during recess period. They keep jumping over these walls. So what the school did was they add in barbed wires on the on top of the walls to prevent them from escaping. And I was like, what the fuck?
Okay, I'm back.
My God. Yeah, no, I posted what my school looks like. So.
Black, I gotta
Is
ask.
it decently modern? Oh. Look at that, beautiful.
I mean, my was actually an old rebuilt, like, you know, building from World War II. So.
Oh yeah, no, mine was like built in the late 80s, I'd say.
Black, I want to ask you.
Okay.
Does your school have barbed wires?
Barbed wires, no, but they have like grates over windows on lower floors, so you can't really just, you know, jump out of the easy.
Well, I mean, for us, we have the weird like wire infused windows. So if you break one of those windows, your hand ends up looking like something you don't want your hand to look like.
That's nice, I guess.
Mine
Yes,
has-
I told you, fucking dystopian.
Mine has barbed wires. I don't know why they do this.
No, because I mean, the thing about our windows is that it's like,
Malaysian schools have barbed wires?
There's the school I went in, because there were very frequent cases of students ditching school, as in escaping from school during recess period. So the school, what they did was they add in barbed wires around the walls of the school to prevent them from climbing out.
That sounds Malaysian.
And they have, I think they also have spiked fences too. I don't know why they do this. It's so fucking weird.
I have no idea. I don't know even how to respond to that. Jesus.
Yeah, even I don't know. And I was like, dude, this is a little brutal. Really. For students.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That sounds like a fun high school experience. Barbed wires. Barbed wires and gangs. Jeez.
Yeah.
Gangs, no go zone.
The closest thing I had to danger were black people. And that's an actually unironic statement.
Not to mention,
Because
Malaysia
they
also
were
had
like-
animals, like frequent cases of animals breaking into houses.
For me, it was, I don't know, taking on too many people at once in the fist.
Yeah, no, there aren't
Never
that many
really
things.
happened.
I mean,
The neighborhood
back in
I'm
like grade 9, I saw a kid who collected knives get flipped like he was a chair. It was actually pretty impressive because he was like up against a really tall black kid, and there was like a short, weird-looking German kid, German in air quotes, and you see him, like,
164
talk,
German.
and then, like he's like up against this black guy, and you see him talking trash in his really weird accent, and next thing you know, son of a gun just gets clotheslined, and it looks like he slipped on a banana peel. It was amazing.
I mean, I had similar experiences, but I don't want to sound like I'm fucking bragging.
I definitely wasn't the one involved in that. I just saw the video.
Oh, I was involved in pretty much half the fucking fist fight, but I would just imagine, hey, a fight, let me... Many people had a similar...
Schools are weird, man.
Hey, at least you're not.
I mean,
At least you're not in the
It's like,
Malaysian school. At least you're not in the Malaysian school.
Yeah.
Fun for us was like playing basketball or video games. Not, hey, a fist fight.
I mean, fun for us was what, smoking pot in in the locker rooms, smoking pot in bathrooms, smoking normal cigarettes in bathrooms, drinking during classes. I don't know. Oh yeah, and faking stuff so the principal would come and to get all pissed. Like, you know, deliberately fucking setting a putting dry ice in a bucket of water, so it would look like smoke, and a fucking smoke detector picked it up somehow. I have no idea how, but it did. Fucking cummy build. So, you know, have like suddenly fire one, like, you know, you see enough smoke to cover half the hallway, and suddenly, you know, evacuation of school. What happened? Oh yeah, dry ice and they fucking...
At least
Yeah,
yours
no,
is
for us,
deliberate. For us, there were cases of students punching the emergency glasses to trigger the alarms.
Awesome.
They just straight up punched them, and they just set up the alarms. Of course.
One memorable fire alarm for me was when a fire alarm went off because some kid was smoking weed in school.
That's pretty normal, but...
No, I mean like directly in the school, because everyone
Yeah.
else there
Yeah, that's
smart
normal.
enough
At least you don't have people
leave the
punching
school
them.
before doing it so the smoke alarms wouldn't go off. No, this guy was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it in school.
Hey,
And,
that's normal. At least you don't have people punching like emergency glass breaks to trigger fire alarms. I don't know why they do this.
Sounds pretty awesome. I would do it. But I guess I never thought of it. And
It's-
like, we did like unlock fire... spray half of them on the floor once.
I'm pretty sure there was a shower in my auto shop that if you pulled the thing, it would just not stop. And it would like essentially flood the auto
There
shop.
was this one time, this last year, there was this one time, the principal, or was it someone, a teacher, wanted to announce something. He was very pissed because he said something that he was reported by a janitor of our school. The janitor told him that he saw a bunch of feces, like literal shit, being stick into walls for some reason in the toilets. And they have no idea who did that. It's fucking disgusting. Why would they do this?
Sounds awesome.
Like
That sounds like a fun time and a half.
like they were slinging shit inside the bathrooms and slam them into walls. I feel bad for the janitor to clean all that.
I don't. They do it for free.
Oh boy, it's like almost 2 hours.
What a world we live in.
Yeah, like cultural exchange.
I guess that's all we have to talk about. It seems like the podcast is gonna be over.
You know what? Now, let's discuss the topic.
Well, what kind of topic?
Milk in bags.
Little what?
Milk in bags.
Wait. Oh, in bags.
Yeah.
Milk in bags?
You guys have that?
Yeah, we do.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Well,
What's
Kenya
that?
families.
It's common in rural countries. And if you are buying some small, I don't know, small
Because
grade.
you buy the bag with 3 bags in it, and you shove it in your bag holder, and then you just pour.
I mean, I mean it like more, like practical reason. Basically, let's say you are a small time milk seller, and carton bottles are too expensive. So you just put it.
What the fuck? That's such a bizarre concept.
What?
That's such a bizarre thing to do. Milk in bags?
So it's like, I don't know, it doesn't seem that unusual.
Sounds weird to me.
It sounds weird, and especially, but like I could go take a picture of what it looks
Yeah,
like.
same.
I had people over to my house, like November or something. I don't know.
You guys ever had robberies where
like
they
the-
end up
the
burning,
2-liter
where the
bottles of
robbers
sodas, like-
burn down someone's house?
Burning down someone's house.
Yeah, there was a case in nearby my neighborhood. It was like 2 years ago. There were robbers who robbed this guy's house, and to remove evidence, they burned down his house.
That sounds pretty excessive.
Yeah, I know, right? They burned down the guy's house to remove evidence.
Was there any evidence left over?
That's the thing. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what they left behind
now
to the
there
point of burning down the house.
Well, if there was any evidence, now there wasn't, so mission accomplished.
Yeah, I think they got what they wanted.
That sucks to that guy who
Yeah,
lost his
makes
entire house
perfect
to burn down.
But no,
They had no evidence against them. Like it's not their problem if guy's house burns down.
yeah.
Then there was there's a robbery case where I thought the owner is very retarded. He for some reason did not lock the doors when he goes outside of his house. So there were these Bangladeshis, Banglas, right? They already planned this to rob this guy's house. They were like observing this place, and they noticed that the guy did. It's a pattern for some reason. This is a pattern. The owner of the house, for some reason, did not lock his doors whenever he goes outside. So they waited the opportunity at night for this guy to go outside and did not lock the door. So they stormed in the house and took everything. They took everything inside the house.
So he was retarded.
Yeah, it's all because, and this was a pattern too. I don't know why this is a pattern. This guy did not lock his doors.
So
Well,
he
how
is-
long did he go out for?
I don't know. I guess until the point the whole house was robbed.
That's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah. What the fuck?
And it's all because the guy didn't lock the door.
Oh look who it is.
Oh
And
no.
I'm gone.
Oh no.
What happened?
So, you guys playing
Oh,
I am, I guess, but
anti-nuke thing, guys?
Alright, we're gonna stop the podcast. See you guys later in the next episode. Bye guys!
It's
Bye!
gonna-